All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome back. MLE Week 3. It is Freestyle Friday here on MLE, and I've got one of the best freestylers with me in Sniper Gus. Sniper, what's going on, buddy? Uh-oh, now I can't hear you. Hold on. What's happening? I could hear you 2 seconds ago. Did you mute yourself? Or did I mute you? I can't hear you at all, man. That's not good. All right. It's okay. We'll try to get this working real quick. Hold on. Let me take you off of webcam real fast. Whoops. Didn't mean to quite do that, but...
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you. Now we'll put you back on webcam. Hey, what's going on, Sniper?
Oh, you know, living the dream. Ready for some hot Rocket League action.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've got a good match. I mean, you came in for one of the best matches we're going to see tonight. Premier League, Hurricanes, and Dodgers. And I'm pretty excited. I mean, we did see, I got to say, we did see a pretty fantastic match last time. But this one, they might be taking it to the next level.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've got two teams coming in at 1-1 on the season so far. And both had some pretty good wins. And they're looking to keep their momentum going. So I think we're going to have a good matchup tonight.
That we will. And right before we get into this one, I do just want to make sure that you guys are aware of our replay sponsor for the evening, Balls with Guarana. You might remember them from last season. They've been a great sponsor for us. Certainly, I can't imagine a better drink for gaming. Tastes great. It's packed with caffeine to power you through a long night of gaming or to just provide the energy for shorter sessions. They have tons of original flavors. Original, cherry, root beer, ginger. You can see all of them for yourself at mlesports.gg/recommends/balls. And as a replay sponsor, they ship a whole case of balls to the winner of our play of the week. It's a great deal for us and a great energy drink. So please, we thank them so much for sponsoring us this season in MLE. Please do go check them out. And yeah, there is definitely a lot of controversy over which is the best balls flavor. So if you aren't in the know, I'd recommend trying them all and then getting back to me and letting me know so I don't have to do that.
My top three are original, orange, and root beer. I mean, just such good. Like, the root beer tastes legit like root beer, like you would expect from any other major brand.
Right.
But with all the energy of an energy drink. It's so good.
That's good. Well, all right. There's your recommendation. Last week, I think it was cherry we recommended. Now this week, root beer. So yeah, go check that out, guys. But we are going to get into this series. Right before we do that, let's introduce you to our map for the evening, Urban Central. Guys, I think we are getting into the match now. Yes, we are. And I can't tell, is that your camera or is that my game? Because I don't think I have audio on, but I could hear. I don't know if you're using...
It might be mine.
Yeah. That was actually kind of interesting. How we were trying to... I didn't have my audio on, and it was coming out of your headset. That's hilarious, actually. But... hey, we're going to keep it rolling here.
Yep.
But, first game of the series. And just like that, Peebs on the board.
Yeah, Peebs does a really good job coming through to help out Egwene here, beating out Bolio, who really has to take kind of an off angle at this challenge. And Redline just doesn't have the pace to get back and do anything about it.
Oh, it's 1-0 for the Hurricanes. Redline and Bolio want to try to even this series up. Wayne will head towards the goal. Now Redline trying to get it past Peebs. Redline, can he? Nope. Bolio will make the touch and clear this one away. Egwene's in a bit of an awkward spot. Peebs has to come across and try to make the play. Ball will bounce back for Bolio to put on the net. Egwene will make a good save. 4 minutes remaining in this one as Bolio tries to take a shot. Right now, the defense a little awkward from the Hurricanes, but it's working out.
Yeah, and this Hurricanes team won 5-0 last week against the Flames, so these guys are very used to playing with each other. And this is actually Redline and Bolio's first MLD. The pass works! Redline to Bolio, and they have tied it back up.
What a good pass from Redline. Absolutely on the bumper of Bolio. All he has to do is touch that one home. And he does. So it is 1-1, 3:40 to go. Bolio. And Peebs now, Redline. Booming clear. That will chase the Hurricanes defender up towards the ceiling. And another second touch is good play. We'll clear it away now. Redline. And Peebs, one shot on the net. Bolio just makes the touch to clear that one away. The Hurricanes still attacking. That ball is across the goal mouth now. Towards the net, and Bolio will clear it away. 3 minutes to go. Ooh, good bump. Can Redline follow this up? It's going to be just a bit high. Now both teams resetting a little bit after that tying goal. Looks like both teams not trying to give away too much as far as positioning is concerned.
Yeah, the Hurricanes have really played super wide here. They're kind of just playing a solo game, and then when one person can't seem to do anything more, then the other one comes up and helps them out. Whereas the Dodgers are playing a lot tighter of a rotation, trying to really play off of each other, and I think in the long run that's going to work out favorably for them.
Well, we will have to see, as there's just about halfway remaining in this one. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to be precise, as Bolio tries to make that play. Redline's going to have to clear it away. We'll chase the Hurricanes back to their own end. Now Redline. Good challenge there as Peebs is up in the air. Oh, will be played back down. That's a good shot from Bolio. It's going to go off the backboard, and Redline misses the touch. But there's a pass to Redline. He'll get that one, and that's off the crossbar as well.
Yeah, Redline kind of struggled a little bit in his week 1 matchup with finding the net. Only 4 goals in that series, and so his shooting accuracy hasn't really quite been where he wants it to be, and that's something he's going to have to figure out here in the Champ League.
That ball's going to come high off the wall. That's a good shot, but Peebs is there to make the save. One more touch from Redline. It will be cleared away. Now Peebs can't find that one. The Hurricanes will have to reset here a little bit, giving away a bit of those passing options across the mid. Hasn't hurt them too much. I mean, there was the one goal from the Dodgers scored, but they need to clean this one up, I think, if they want to stand a chance in the remainder of the series.
Yeah, the Hurricanes are not getting a lot of pressure. Only 3 shots for the team, where Redline and Bolio have 3 each. They're just not finding each other and not really playing as that cohesive unit that you'd like to see.
Peebs trying to get the touch over Bolio, won't find it. Juan will play this one down the field. Bolio. Good touch, now Peebs all the way back down. As Redline looks to play this one, great play from Peebs though to keep it in. Bolio there to settle it down. We've only got 35 seconds to go. We might see overtime for this game 1. Peebs has to make a touch across the box. Bolio is there. Putting that towards mid. It will be played away easily. Peebs, close one. Just off the mark, back towards the front for the Dodgers. Now the Hurricanes starting to connect on some of these infield passes. Bolio wants to go 1-on-2. Can he make the touch? Won't beat Juan there. As Redline up the wall. One more play, and we are going to see overtime for this first game, Sniper.
Yeah, and Iguan really smart to not try and do anything with that there. Trying to come off that back wall, it would have been really dangerous to put that out. A great decision to just kill it and take the overtime.
That ball coming close to the net. No problems there for the Hurricanes. Now this one, we always talk about how important the first game of the series is, but for both of these teams, winning records, certainly want to keep that trend going, as we saw in the last series as well. This game will be crucial. Redline has to go up and make a save. That ball was off the mark either way, but a touch from him. And now 35 seconds into overtime. Peebs with a touch out towards the front. Bolio will keep it away from the goal for now. Trying to put the touch on, gets the demo on Iguan. Peebs over top of the defender. This is an opportunity for the Hurricanes. It's going to go up. Bolio's there to make the play, though, and keep that one away. I thought Peebs could have had a better opportunity. He kind of hesitated just a bit. Didn't want to miss it. No, it goes off Bolio and in. Are you kidding?
What a crazy goal to be the one to take this. Iguan gets bumped out of the way by Bolio, and then as Redline comes up to make the clear, Iguan is just in exactly the right position to get the crazy bounce. That is not how you want to win your games, but the Hurricanes are not going to argue with the result.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely. The Hurricanes aren't going to argue with that. Those are the ones in ranked where, you know, you tell your team that was all planned, part of the plan.
Yeah, totally calculated.
Yeah, calculated, exactly right. And yeah, the Hurricanes will take game one. They didn't really feel in control. The Dodgers had a lot of opportunities. They just couldn't find the ball in the scoring, the high percentage areas, I guess.
Yeah, it was a really tenuous offense from the Hurricanes, and you kind of don't expect that. You know, Peebs has played both weeks for them so far, and he's second in goals in the Premier League right now, and 7th in MVPR. So you expect these guys to be a little more high-flying and ready to get out there and play some offense. But the Dodgers did a really good job of shutting the passing down through most of the game, and the Hurricanes just never really built up any good momentum on the offensive side of the field.
Right. You know, I always wonder, because I was looking at the stats, although the fans at home watching couldn't quite see them while we were talking, but I was looking at the stats, and it always makes me wonder. There were 11 shots by the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. They scored a goal, but there were 11 saves by the Hurricanes. So how does that work? I still don't understand that. How can you have a shot, or you have a save without a shot?
So, I mean, you get that sometimes when you get a ball that, like, bounces off the backboard and takes a favorable angle. Sometimes you'll get a save even though there was no shot. Speaking of shot, Iguan wasting no time taking the first one of this match, just beating them both in the corner for the first blood here in Game 2.
Yeah, right off the start, the Hurricanes, that's a shot and a goal. No save for that one, so we don't have to worry about that save showing up on the board. But yeah, it's just a bit odd. Sometimes the stat tracking of Rocket League seems a little peculiar to me. I don't know. Seems like sometimes there's just shots that shouldn't be considered shots, or saves that don't register. I don't know. I know that they have their problems when it comes to that. But anyway, we are getting into this one as Redline wants to try to tie it up here. 4:30 remaining, only 30 seconds gone, and the Hurricanes already on the board. Exactly what they need. Try to extend this series lead. Don't take your foot off the gas pedal, not against this Dodgers team. You know that both of these teams can be very dangerous, as their record shows in the first 2 weeks. Bolio will clear this one away. We'll give Redline an opportunity, although Peebs is going to bump him out of the way. Up and over, but Bolio's there to make the play. Go on. Now Redline. Peebs one more. That's way down the pitch. Bolio has to go up and get this. It's not the greatest touch, but he will follow it up with a second one. That's a good play from the Dodgers, but a bit of a double commit. Redline's in trouble here. And did he fake him out, or was that just a mistake backflip that worked out?
I think that was intentional there, because he's so far away from that ball and he knows that the attacker's coming in really quickly. I think the fake out there is a really good idea at the pace that these guys are playing tonight.
They are playing quite quickly, I will give you that. There's Bolio gonna make the touch. Here comes Redline. He's got an opportunity. Iguan goes for the demo, and Redline can't find the angle on the ball. Oh man, I'm sure he wants that one back. 9 out of 10 times, I think he finds the back of the net with that. Unfortunately, that was the one time out of 10. That one goes just wide. So now, Hurricanes on the attack, although Bolio looking to play this one in transition. Redline up, looking for a pass. Will find it. Touch towards the net, just off the mark. Peeves can't play it, but his teammate will come to his rescue as that one's going to careen towards the goal, and that's going to be put home for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, really unfortunate touch from Redline in the corner there. He's trying to get that thing bounced back through the corner and up across the midfield line, but instead he doesn't have the angle right, and it trickles in behind him. Bolio was not at all prepared for that thing to be a center directly into the net. Just a rotational miscue there that leaves Bolio out of position to do anything.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Redline didn't even touch it. I think he whiffed entirely on that ball in the corner. He might have had like the tiniest baby touch on it, but ultimately I think any touch would have been better than how it ended up, as this one towards the cage. Bolio will try to clear it away. But you're right, the defensive rotation hasn't been poor for the Dodgers. It's just they've gotten a bit unlucky. Some touches that haven't gone their way or missed touches, and it's led to the Hurricanes on top in game 2.
Yeah, the Hurricanes have had a lot of ball control, and the Dodgers are just playing, you know, trying to play a game of react to what the Hurricanes are doing. And you want to have more positive control of the flow of the game. You be the ones in charge of where the ball goes and how the rotations work. Don't just react to your opponents.
So now Redline's going to pop this one up. He'll get the touch, not quite the touch he wanted. This will allow Peeves to clear it away. Gonna cross through mid. We'll get it over top of Bolio. Redline's there to touch it away from him. Now good dribble, looking for Bolio in the mid. It's gonna pop right back up to Redline. Peeves comes over the top to make a good touch. Keep that one out of the hands, or I guess off the bumper of Redline. Now, Juan will challenge the defender. Redline's rotating around. He misses that touch as well. That ball's towards the net, but Bolio's back in time to play this one. A minute to go, and they need to do the Dodgers. Bolio's trying to fake out Peeves, and it won't work. Peeves ready for that play. Getting juked by the wave dash. Now Peeves towards the net. Bolio, good pinch save. 50 seconds to go. We'll see if they can put a goal on the board with time. Azagwan will play this one away. Redline towards the net. Bolio, what a shot from Bolio, and he's going to score.
Yeah, Bolio has a tough read here to go up and try to get this across the defender, and it was a beautiful pass from Redline to set him up. If Peeves is there just a little bit faster, he makes that save. But when you get to the ball second and it's dropping right in that corner of the net, those are the kinds of shots that strikers love to see.
He had almost an impossible angle on that shot. Somehow made it work. As Redline's going to go off the back wall, almost the equalizer there for the Dodgers. Here comes another touch. Bolio out in front, but Redline getting boost, not being able to follow that one up. Will be cleared away by the Hurricanes. 15 seconds just about remaining. Peeves challenging Redline, and Bolio's going to spawn right in front of the ball. Bit fortunate for him, but they've only got 10 seconds. He needs boost, and it's not going to have it. Looking for Redline through mid. Redline getting the touch. Bolio still on low boost. Great clear from Peeves. Will chase Bolio all the way back. The ball's got to stay in the air. It won't happen. And the Hurricanes will take game 2.
Yep, and that was super well played by Peeves. He actually never ends up getting a full boost pad there. He opted out of the one in the corner, missed the one on the side because he thought Egwene was going to take it, and then didn't have time before that attack comes down. So he had to make that backboard clear, but he had no boost to go get it. It was just super calm and collected defense from Peeves there to get them the game 2 win.
Yeah, definitely Peeves. As you said, I really couldn't say it any better. Calm and collected on defense. Really for that whole final 30 seconds of being up by 1. The Dodgers going off the back wall, hit the crossbar, I think. And still the defense from the Hurricanes never giving up on the play, making the saves they needed to, and they secured the victory and take the 2-game lead in the series. And Sniper down by 2. You need to win the next 3 to take the series. That's a tough ask, especially against a team like the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, the Hurricanes are 7-3, and their last win was a 5-0 with this roster. I mean, those guys are riding really high right now. And Redline, you know, I hate to single one person out, but Redline just looked really rattled in that last game, placing a lot of touches, you know, off target where he didn't want them to go. He's got to get himself calmed down and into the flow of this match if they're going to stand up to the Hurricanes.
Certainly agree with that. It did seem like Redline not playing like his usual dominating self. See if he can fix that one. He's got to make an early save, and he will against Peebs. It's a good save from Redline. Start the Dodgers off right. We are into game 3 now, as Bolio will chip this one into the corner. Redline high off the wall, and there's one to make the touch. Bolio, one more. Can he possibly reach that one? No, Peebs will get there first, and that's a good challenge from Redline to keep that out of the net. Although, here's an opportunity for the Hurricanes. Peebs towards the net. Good save from Bolio. Will Green towards Redline. Redline, can he make the touch? Peebs there to make a save. And already defense and goaltending from both teams.
Yeah, Peebs second in the league in saves. He's just been absolutely critical to the Hurricanes' success so far, and he just continues to show it.
Good shot.
Really well-placed shot there, right under the top shelf under the top shelf over the two defenders.
Wow. Perfect placement from the Redline. You can't really ask for much more than that.
Yep, and that's him, you know, stepping up to the table, too. We needed to see more out of him for them to get back into it, and now here they are with the lead, thanks to excellent placement from Redline. What a pass! Bolio! 2 goals now!
Redline, he had to have been reading this from the get-go. What a pass over to Bolio. I mean, it couldn't have been more perfect. Redline first with that perfect shot, top shelf, by both defenders, and then that pass, perfect for Bolio. Bolio, again, just not even having to move his car. He just jumps in the air, says, Redline, hit me. And he does. Just like that. It's 2-0 for the Dodgers. This is a great way to start game 3 to try to start the reverse sweep. See if they can keep it up. Only 1:30 gone, so plenty of time for the Hurricanes. But I will say the Hurricanes offense hasn't really, it hasn't been anything special, I think, up until this point. They've won both of the first games, but really I think it's more miscues from the Dodgers defense than the Hurricanes generating offense.
Absolutely. I mean, the Hurricanes averaged 4.5 goals a game in their win against the Flames, and that's probably an unsustainable level for most teams. But, you know, to see them coming out 2 goals in the first game, 2 goals in the second, it's, you know, they want to be putting the ball in the net more. And so does Bolio, another great center from Redline. Peebs misses the clear, and Bolio has the empty net to shoot on.
He goes top shelf. It works when you have that open net, and he picks his spot perfectly yet again. And now, the Dodgers with a pretty commanding lead, 3 goals. Peebs is going to clear this one down. Redline looking for a touch. We'll find one. We'll find a second. Wanda Peebs. Peebs just off the mark there. It's a good pass. I would like to see the Hurricanes take a bit of a play from the Dodgers playbook and look for more of those infield passing plays. It seems like whenever the Dodgers are in transition just like this, it always seems like they get that man downfield and look for him on the passing play. Right now, the Hurricanes don't have too much of a response to it. It's been, you know, pretty decent through the first couple of games, but it's starting to work now for the Dodgers. They've certainly found those team play goals. Will this be another Redline? Gets the challenge, but wait, the ball's just free and Bolio will score it.
Yeah, Redline makes one of the smartest plays you can when you can't get the turnaround to get the goal yourself. Get in the defender's way, and that screws Egwene up enough that Bolio is able to come through and take this one away. This is the turnaround the Dodgers need. They've got the Hurricanes on the ropes and feeling unsure of themselves for really the first time in this whole series, and definitely from last week.
I mean, we can certainly talk about the difference in play from Redline as Bolio is going to go over the top, and Redline's going to put that home. What an individual effort from Bolio there.
Yeah, I mean, Redline is the one who gets the last touch on this, but Bolio could have just as easily taken it himself. He had just thoroughly beat out Peebs and Egwene there, and this just looks like a totally different team than what we saw the first 2 games.
Yeah, I don't know what happened during the break. I don't know what was said in the comms or what have you, but yeah, this is a completely different team from game 1 and 2. It seems like they've shaken off some of the nerves or perhaps rust. I don't know how much they scrim, but just didn't seem like it was Dodgers Rocket League. They certainly know how to play, but this game, entirely different story. 5-0. By far the biggest lead we've seen of the evening thus far. One. Putting up the wall. Will get it past one. In towards mid. Good save from Bolio. Peebs had a chance there to put his team on the board. I'm sure the Hurricanes want to at least find one.
Yeah, the Hurricanes really don't want to give up the clean sweep here in Game 3. They want to get back to their scoring ways, but I think you're right. It's going to have to come from some infield passing because the Dodgers have figured out how to defend those solo efforts, and that just isn't going to work for them anymore.
Well, perhaps. We'll see what the Hurricanes do. Maybe they'll come out as a completely different team in game number 4. We'll see what they change moving on, but see if they can't get one in there. That's another good save from Bolio. He's going to have to make another one. In fact, Redline will make that save. Dodgers seem to be firing on all cylinders right now. Hurricanes in a bit of a lull. We're kind of in the eye of the hurricane at the moment, if you will. But Peebs will send this one down. Will he score? He will. Just like that. They do get one on the board with a second to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly surprised that this wasn't in the Hurricanes' net instead of the Dodgers' net. There was a really good opportunity for from the pass that Redline had set up. But, you know, with 1 second left, obviously this match is over. And I think the Dodgers are going to be feeling like they still have all the momentum despite that last second goal.
You know what? These teams, I couldn't, if you would have asked me what I expected out of this last game, I would have said I think the Dodgers will take it. But I would have told you maybe 3-2, not 5-1, not the complete dominance that the Dodgers showed in that game. It was nice to see both Redline and Bolio kind of stepping up to the plate with their backs against the wall right now.
Yeah, and I mean, all across the board, this was a much more aggressive game for both teams. Instead of the 4 or 5 shots per team we saw in the first few games, this was 8 shots per team. So they're getting more aggressive. They're looking for the passing opportunities, especially from the Dodgers. It's just the Hurricanes couldn't really get out of their defensive phase and really go on the kinds of attacks that they want to. They have to either be more clever about how they transition, or they're going to have to start passing if they want to get back in the score sheet in enough of a way to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's tough. For the Hurricanes right now, I think obviously what they're doing on offense is not working. I don't think it's worked since we started the series. It seemed like the Hurricanes offense has just been kind of non-existent. They've just been sort of gifted goals when they happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say that they are completely non-existent on offense, but their offense really needs to kind of shape up here, change something up, put the Dodgers on the back foot. You know, pull out something perhaps they don't expect, kind of experiment with it. You've built yourself a 2-game lead. It's only 1 game now, but as no Bolio, he's going to score in his own net. Another one gifted.
I mean, for his part, Egwene does a really good job of being in the way there, and that's really what he's trying to do. He's just trying to win that possession out, but he forces Bolio into an inadvised touch, and that's as good as being the one to score the goal. So I think the Hurricanes will be happy with Egwene's effort there. Redline has an empty net. He shoots, he scores.
Whoops. Whew. That was close. Almost, almost. Never mind. It doesn't matter. As Redline puts that in the back of the goal. And yeah, open net there. The Hurricanes gifting that one back. So kind of resetting now. We'll just imagine that it's 0-0 as Peebs has to make a save on a hard shot from Bolio right in the front. Peebs clearing that one all the way back down. It's going to go off the back wall. Bolio has to make a touch, and he will. Good play from him now. For Redline, great pass! Oh, big save from Agwan. And that goal has scored in 2 out of the 3 games we've seen. It almost worked in this one as well. We'll see if they keep going for it. It seems like the Hurricanes are starting to catch on to that sort of from the sidewall right to the guy waiting in mid-passing play that the Dodgers have been utilizing so far.
Yeah, the Hurricanes finally stepping up to that challenge, but at the same time, we're not seeing them try any of that type of passing, and it's still meant that, you know, they've only scored 1 goal in the last 7 minutes, or 2 goals technically in the last 7 minutes of Rocket League, and both of them have kind of just been, you know, trashy, you know, goals that you can't really be like, oh yeah, I was really proud of that effort there.
Right, they're kind of the unrepeatable type of goals, you know, like the fluky style ones that you're not, you shouldn't expect to score all the time. You shouldn't really rely on them, I guess, as Bolio looking for the play through mid, won't find it there. Redline gonna keep the pressure on. Agwan will clear it away. Bolio opting to rotate back, and Agwan will demo in for his trouble. We'll see if the Hurricanes can turn this into some offense. Peebs gonna get challenged by Redline and then Bolio, but Agwan's there to push it deeper into the Dodgers territory now. Redline. Good touch off the wall, gets it around Peebs. And kind of drives all over. Doesn't touch the ball, does Redline. That will give Agwan a shot on net. Bolio, easy save for him, rotating back. We'll try to clear this one away. Bit of ping pong now from both teams. A little bit of sustained pressure on either side, but no real fantastic scoring chances in the last minute or so.
Yeah, a lot of the shots have just been from way outside, and Bolio gets another one there. This is Redline doing great corner work again, and Peebs doesn't really see Bolio because of the line that Redline took. So a little obfuscation there gets that passing play to work, and the Dodgers back in the lead.
2-1, 2:20 to go in this game number 4. The Dodgers, if they can manage to hold on to this 1-goal lead in that time frame, we will see a second game 5 of the night. Tied 2-2, and Bolio's gonna go top shelf again. What a shot from him.
Yeah, I mean, Redline's corner play just continues to be fantastic. He wins out these challenges in really interesting ways, and Egwene was just not ready for Bolio to be there to take that shot so quickly. He's sitting in the net just waiting for it, and you can't just lay there and wait for those balls. Players at this level are going to boom those shots. You can't react fast enough.
Goes barred down on top of it as Redline puts that towards the goal. Just off the mark there, can't follow it up. It will remain a 2-goal game. That's not the greatest play from Bolio. Agwan has to beat Redline, but Redline gets back in time. Peebs up in the air for that one with that Batmobile. Won't find the touch. That ball is going to careen towards mid. Got to be careful. Bolio does get the demo, but Peebs the touch to keep it out of harm's way. Bolio up the wall. Good play from him. Trying to get it around Peebs. Won't find it. This is going to give Redline some time. He's actually late to that one. And here comes Peebs to try to put the shot on net, and he will. And that play started all because of that late response there from Redline.
Yeah, Redline needed to go up and challenge that ball directly on the wall like he had started doing. And when he bails out of that, it is exactly the opportunity that Peebs needs to come up and take control of that situation. You just can't afford to be hesitant at this level of Rocket League.
Yep, as we just saw why. There's the Hurricanes still on the attack now. Peebs putting that one towards the net. Redline has to make a save. Bolio's trying to get it over Agwan. Agwan will make the touch. Keep it away from him for now, but that's towards the net. Redline to follow up, and that was like 3 different saves there by 2 players of the Hurricanes. Man, we still have a 1-goal game. I thought perhaps Redline might force that one in, but 50 seconds to go. It's still 1 goal separating these teams, and the Hurricanes need to find it to force overtime now as Peebs Doesn't make the touch he wants. Bolio's got an open net, and he's going to find that again. Bolio going top shelf.
Yep, and this is the second time Peebs has made a poor clear attempt from that corner that has allowed Bolio to come up and beat Egwene in net. That's a really favorable matchup there. Egwene isn't really as strong a keeper, and Bolio's accuracy and power from that position is just working out super well for them tonight.
Bolio finding the cookie jar, if you will, where grandmother keeps the cookies. Top shelf. 3 times in this one. Redline will make the play. And will clear it away. Now, it's not impossible, but this doesn't really look great for the Hurricanes. That's a good pass, though. Peebs on net. Not hard enough to beat Bolio. And I think that's going to probably do it for this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see a second Game 5 tied up 2-2. And twice now, we've seen a 2-game lead in the series evaporate.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a tremendous comeback from the Dodgers. They looked so tenuous the entirety of games 1 and 2. And then for them to come back and really be in the driver's seat for all of games 3 and 4 is a tremendous turnaround. And now the whole series comes down to, you know, one game to decide who gets the series win, who's going to go. You know, the Hurricanes have the chance to go 10-5, or if they could get the win here in Game 5, and if the Dodgers get it, then they go to 8-7. So I mean, there's, you know, it's a big difference here between winning this Game 5 and losing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the entire series. I mean, you don't want to lose series if you have a chance. I mean, of course, in MLE, we play all 5 games no matter what. But sometimes we see, you know, early 3-1s or even 3-0s, and we talk about how the team shouldn't be giving up, whatever. But, I mean, this is coming down to it. This is like in a tournament situation. It's 2-2. You're going to Game 5, and you got to figure out what works in probably the first 30 seconds if you don't want to get blown out of the water. And right now, I've got to give all of the momentum to the Dodgers. It's hard for me to see an avenue for the Hurricanes to come back.
Yeah, I think the Hurricanes have to charge right out of the gate here and make themselves felt, because if they don't go out into the lead, then I don't see them coming back into this. And here it is, right off the kickoff. Redline takes it really strange, but he was always trying to kill that with Bolio on the cheat up. I think they saw the opportunity for that to work. Peebs likes to go get boost on the kickoff, so we're going to cheat and try to steal one here. That is a great decision from them.
That it was, and another early goal scored by the Dodgers. We'll see if they can keep this up. Take this 5-game series between the Hurricanes and the Dodgers. I had a feeling this one was going to be pretty interesting. While we were coming into it, both of these teams really playing for a lot. I mean, you got to think winning this game for both of these teams means a lot moving into pretty much halfway through the season. It is kind of crazy that we're almost already halfway through after this week. We'll be moving into that sort of area. There only being 7 weeks, you can take this series. It will definitely help, especially in this new league. Playoff positioning and what have you. I have a feeling that seeding is going to be important in the Premier and Foundation Leagues this year, but minute to go. Bolio playing this one down. Peebs clearing it all the way back. Redline trying to go up and make the play. Here comes Guan. It's going to go off the back wall. No, it doesn't. Goes right in. Guan's going to score.
This is such a silly little goal. I mean, Iguan, just the lightest little touch, and you're like, oh, there's no danger here. But Bolio, caught up on the corner, isn't able to get his wheels back on the ground fast enough to react to that. And then Egwene's right in his face for the bump. And we are tied up 3.5 minutes to decide the whole series.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy when you think about it. Everything that's happened before, I mean, it does matter. Every goal matters in the MLE. Every game matters, but for this series, only the next 3 minutes, 25 seconds of Rocket League matters, and Peebs gonna put his mark on those minutes with that nice save there as Iguan looking to challenge Redline one-on-one. Great shot. Redline has to make a save. This is going to give Peebs plenty of time, but he hits it right into the defenders. But Iguan is going to follow it up. And just like that, the Hurricanes, bit of a stormy play. I mean, what else? How else can you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, Redline is in a situation here where he's got to make a panic mode save, and because of that, instead of turning that ball to the corner where it would be totally safe, he pops it up into the backboard and allows the Hurricanes to take that second opportunity shot there. You have to be more collected on defense and not give those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and as you said, that the Hurricanes double committing on defense. Luckily, it didn't cost them, but now the Dodgers have some offensive life. Redline's going to play that towards the net. That's a bit awkward, as Bolio's going to score on a really awkward touch on defense.
Yeah, Bolio continues to win that one-on-one battle in front of the Hurricanes net with Iguane. And I have to think that if you're the Dodgers trying to win out in this series here, that's something that you want to exploit. You know, try to create situations where Peebs is out of position and you've got Bolio one-on-one against the guy he's been beating for the last 2.5 matches.
One. I'd like to think that he would have wanted to challenge that one a bit differently. I mean, he kind of came oddly off the sidewall. That's what gave Bolio the chance. Peebs going to get the demo and the goal. And that's the physical play that we've kind of been missing from this series. It's going to come out for Peebs.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a very tame match in terms of bumps and demos, but Peebs at just the right moment takes Redline out of the net, and Bolio was counting on Redline to be there to do something with that.
So now, we'll see what happens here as the Hurricanes really starting to wake up in this 5th game. Redline booming it down. Juan will flick it high into the air and just messing around with it in the corner now. This is going to give Bolio potentially a chance, although Redline will collect this one. Good challenge onto Peebs for another one. That's out in front, and Bolio's going to find it. That's a misplay from the defense of the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we haven't seen in a while. Redline just going to work in the corner there, totally beating out the defender and creating a great opportunity for Bolio. Tied back up, a minute 50 decide game 5 and the series.
Yeah, minute 45. That's all that separates us. I mean, you could see some extra Rocket League. I don't know if anybody in the chat, besides maybe fellow Hurricane and Dodgers teammates and GMs, but I think everybody would like to see overtime game 5, especially when it's 2-2. As Peebs looking to put this one on goal. Bolio's going to go up, won't get the touch, but Redline's there. Iguan is a bit too far back to make this play. He's going to pop it up. He's got to do something with this ball. He's playing it right into Redline, who's challenging him. Bolio's going to have a chance. He's going to boom that one. Won't beat Peebs' top shelf this time. As Iguan puts it on net, Peebs has a chance, gets the shot in the goal. And my goodness, this series is so back and forth right now.
This is crazy. I was about to just say how much I loved Redline being aggressive in that challenge there, but then when he loses it out, the Dodgers have nobody back to cover that, and the Hurricanes storm down the pitch and reclaim the lead with a minute left.
We'll see if the Dodgers can answer for the 4th time in this game number 5. This is a good chance for Bolio. He's got the ball. He's going to go high, and he's going to score. Are you joking?
Oh, Bolio has been so clutch in front of the net tonight. He just continues to find exactly the touch he needs to get it up and over the defender and yet still squeeze it in under the crossbar. I don't have the stats on it, but I'd be willing to bet almost every one of his goals has been in that sector of the net there, right underneath the crossbar. What a flick from Iguane! What is this game?
This is where all of the offense from both teams that they've just been saving up, both of the teams, perhaps, you know, kind of sandbagging in the first 4 games. Then they say, all right, boys, let's turn it on. Let's score some goals. And they both. We've seen 9 goals in this game. I don't know if we've seen 9 goals in the series, as that is a huge goal from Peebs off the kickoff.
Another kickoff goal here. The Hurricanes have gone full-on aggression mode, and the Dodgers just not ready to handle it. You see Redline coming up on kind of a half cheat there, but that half cheat versus the full cheat up from Peebs never works out super favorably there. Egwene wins out in the middle. He's got a shot. Number 7 here in game number 5. Where has this offense been for the Hurricanes all night?
Well, 2 kickoff goals for the Dodgers. I mean, against the Dodgers in a row is kind of the exact opposite of what you want when you're trying to tie the game up. And they've got to find a couple of kickoff goals of their own. Redline again cheating up. That gives Peebs another shot towards the net. Bolio will clear it away, and we finally get some Rocket League back underway. Bolio, good fake around 1. He's trying to make the pass. Can't find it. 20 seconds now, and I think Sniper, that's probably going to do it for this. You know, when we were at 3-3, I thought maybe we'd go into overtime 3-3. But,
yeah, it totally seemed like that was a reasonable conclusion.
But this game is going to end. The Hurricanes will take game number 5. Final score 7-4 for the Hurricanes, and they will take the series. Huge for them, as they will move to 2-1 on the season. And they were, what, 7-3 coming into this one? So they'll be 10-5?
Yep, they will be 10-5, and the Dodgers now going to be 7-8, which, I mean, is not a terrible place to be. You know, you're never going to come out. If you go into a game at 500, you're not going to come out at 500. And right. For the Dodgers, who come in at 8th place, taking on the 5th place Hurricanes, that's not the worst result that they could have imagined there. I think the Hurricanes will be a little disappointed at the 3-2. I think they wanted a 4-1 or the 5-0, obviously. But the Dodgers had a very respectable showing against a team that most people would have expected to beat them a lot harder.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Dodgers lost that last game. Really, I really thought that all of the momentum shifted into their half. You know, they were playing with a lot more possession. They were playing with a lot more confidence in their abilities. And once they started going goal for goal, with the Hurricanes always having the best of the Dodgers, it seemed like whenever they would tie it up, they would kind of breathe this sigh of relief and go back to playing like this weird semi-defensive, not really aggression type game where they didn't want to give up a goal, but they also weren't looking for one. And then the Hurricanes would score. They'd be like, shoot, we got to play offense again. They would score, and then it would kind of go back to that cycle. And, yeah, just unfortunate for the Dodgers. But really, I think the 7-4 final scoreline doesn't talk to how close that game was up to the end. Absolutely. I mean, those 3 last goals for the Hurricanes could have easily been Dodger goals had the Schumann on the other foot.
Yeah, I mean, all those kickoff goals, you almost have to take those as with a grain of salt. That was a super back and forth match the whole way. And I mean, really, that's kind of what the series was. We had the first game go into overtime. We had game 2 was decided by 1 goal. It was a very even match. And I think the Dodgers are a little disappointed in the loss because it's one that they could have had. But the Hurricanes will feel like they could have won it even better if they had been able to sustain their offense through games 3 and 4.
Yep, well, you know what? Hopefully both teams will go back, watch these VODs, because certainly they played very well. Both of the teams did, but there were definitely some things I think both of them can work on, and we could talk all day about what those things are, certainly. But we don't want to take too much time, as we do have one more series for you guys. It will be the Shadow and the Puffins of the Champion League, which, funny enough, guess what? That's probably also going to be a great series, because the Shadow and Puffins are both 2-0. And the Shadow are actually undefeated in the Champions League, so the Puffins are looking to give them their first map loss. They're 10-0 right now, are the Shadow, so we'll see what the Puffins can do to do that. But before we go to break, I do have to shout out our sponsor for the evening in Power A. If you don't know, Power A makes controllers, headsets, and power accessories for the PC and console gaming. If you're in the market for a new controller for PC, Xbox One, PS4, you need to check out their officially licensed wired enhanced controller. Besides the incredibly accurate analog sticks and buttons, the controllers have a no-slip surface and come in some amazing colors and variety. Check them out right now. MLEsports.gg/recommends/PowerA. Do yourself a favor and get one of these controllers. You can buy them online at Target, Best Buy, even Walmart. And thankfully, the cool thing about PowerA, besides their amazing controllers and headsets, is that they're actually going to be sponsoring, they're going to be giving away a controller each night of the playoffs to one lucky viewer in chat, on Twitch. So if you guys are watching during the playoffs, you will be eligible to receive a free controller from PowerA. So big thank you to them for the sponsorship for tonight. But guys, do not go anywhere. We have some more great Rocket League in just a few minutes.